Hello! I hope you had a really good week off last week. Today we're starting a new series of assemblies looking at some of the parables in the Bible. I wonder if you know what a parable is. I'm sure that some of you do. Parables are stories Jesus told that have a special meaning. So as we explore some parables over the next few weeks, listen carefully and see if you can work out what Jesus might have been saying to the people he was talking to 2,000 years ago, and what the parable teaches us now. Right, let's get started. Before we get to our first parable, we are going to play a game. I'm going to give you some choices to make. You're going to choose between two things, deciding which you prefer. You might like to pause the video on each so you can have a show of hands in the class to see who prefers which of the two things. Here goes. Do you prefer football or swimming? Would you rather eat fish and chips or curry? Would you rather play on a bicycle or on a tablet? Do you prefer chocolate or strawberries? Well done, everyone! Whatever choice you made was right, as it didn't matter whether you preferred football to swimming or chocolate to strawberries. We all make choices every day. Some choices are easy, but some are more difficult to make. Some are more important than others. Some may seem to have a right or wrong choice, whilst others you could choose either, and they're both as right as each other. Now, have any of you ever done any building work? Maybe you've helped your parents or carers to build a bed or a wardrobe. What about a shed or a treehouse? Or maybe even a house? Well, whether you've done any building work or not, I'm sure that you've seen the building work that's been going on around Alsager over the last few years. Today's parable, a story Jesus told, which is recorded in the Bible, is all about two builders. There was once a man who wanted to build a house. He was a wise builder and looked for a big rock to build on, so that his house would have a strong foundation. He set to work building, working long hours and working really hard, following the plans for the house that he had drawn up, making sure the house was built well. There was another man who also wanted to build a house. He was rather foolish and found some sandy ground to build on, as he thought that would make building easier. He started building, whistling as he worked. He didn't work hard and followed no plans. He just wanted his house built quickly and easily. Not long after both houses were complete, a big storm came, and it rained and rained. Puddles formed outside the houses, and it continued to rain and rain. The water got deeper and deeper outside until it was crashing against both houses. The water rushed through the house built on the sand. All the sand was washed away and the house fell down. But the heavy rain and the rushing water did not move the house on the rock. The builder knew that his house was safe. He had been wise to build on the rock. Jesus said to the people listening, "My words are like that rock. If you build your life on them, then you will stand firm too. Firm and safe, like the house on the rock, even when trouble comes." Well, it's not difficult to see who made the better choice in this story, is it? It was definitely the man who built his house upon the rock. He knew that he could trust the rock to stand firm no matter what came at it. The rock was solid, dependable and safe. Jesus said that those people who trust and obey his words are wise like that man. As a Christian, I've listened to Jesus' words, his teachings, and chosen to build my life on them. They are like a solid foundation in my life. Jesus is my rock. I wonder who you trust and whose words you listen to. It might be God. It might be your parents or carers. Perhaps your teachers or your friends. We started this assembly by making some choices. They were choices where both answers were as right as each other. But there are choices that we all have to make that can lead to outcomes that really do matter which way we've chosen to go. When we make a wise choice, it will hopefully lead to a good and positive outcome. Whereas when we make a foolish choice, it can lead to a bad or unhappy outcome. Can you think of a time when you've made a foolish or not so good choice? I can certainly think of some for myself. Can you now see what might have been a wiser thing to do? What might have been a better choice to make? Sometimes we don't know what the wisest thing to do is. And that's when we need to stop and think, talk to other people. And I would turn to Jesus, asking him to help me. Perhaps if the foolish builder had asked the wise builder for help, his house wouldn't have fallen down. I'm going to say a prayer, and if you would like to join in with my prayer, then say Amen at the end. If you'd rather not, then sit quietly and think about those things that we've discussed today. Jesus, thank you that your words are wise and your teachings are like a rock, solid and trustworthy. Help us all to make wise choices when we're working in our classes, when we're playing with our friends, and when we're at home with our families. And help us to know who we can trust. Amen. It's been great to share with you again today, and I'll be back in a few weeks' time. But bye for now.